Good evening, YouTube, and welcome to the Piper Report. So Donald Trump has finally fired FBI Director James Comey, and it is about time. FBI Director James Comey will go down in history as the only FBI director to create a new defense for those who break the law, and that is ignorance of the law is a justifiable reason to break the law. Not only did he do it with Hillary, but he also did it with Uma Abedin. Recently, Uma Abedin sent all of Hillary's classified material in her emails to her husband, Anthony Weiner, and that was also against the law. But Comey said he couldn't charge her with it because he said he couldn't find proof that she knew what she was doing. This is a slap in the face to anyone who has ever actually broken the law unwittingly. How many people have been charged with trespassing citation? And you may have not known that you're actually on land that you weren't supposed to be on, yet you are still charged with that crime. But now, Comey has created a new precedent that if you don't know what you're doing, or you claim you don't know what you're doing, you can actually be exonerated from the offense you're being accused of. So way to go, James Comey. You probably have you have devolved the criminal justice system back 2 centuries. It's amazing that Trump even let him stay on as long as he did. Now, I think the reason is, I think Trump's contention on why he wanted Comey to remain was if he would remove Comey right when he got in the office, people might look at that as he's upset that Hillary Clinton wasn't indicted, or Trump wants to impose somebody in James Comey's spot who will actually go after Hillary. I think the whole reason why Trump kept him in was more of a PR thing. He really wanted to show the world that he was trying to consolidate everyone, bring everyone together, achieve some type of confluence. But after a while, it turned out that Comey was even worse now than he was before, and he's still doing some idiotic things that make no sense. Someone like Comey, who has to be smart if you are a lawyer and you're in the FBI, really isn't that smart. Really isn't that smart. He is not diligent at all in his investigations. His reasonings literally make no sense. They're obscure to anyone, even the most brilliant legal minds. I mean, we knew Hillary was guilty. The evidence was on her email server. I mean, the statutes were right there, word for word. You cannot have classified email after you leave whatever government position you are in. You cannot have it. You have to return it in. And she didn't. And then she sent it to her friends. And then Uma Abedin sent it to her husband. And both of them are not indicted at all. And I said this before in the way past. And I mean, I understand why Comey didn't indict her, or didn't recommend indictment of her. I don't agree with it, but I understand why. If he told Loretta Lynch that he recommends charges, he would go down in history as the only person to actually screw over the first female president. Because back then, everyone thought, everyone, I'm talking about the mainstream, not YouTubers like myself and others, everyone thought that she was going to destroy Trump at the polls. So if he would have indicted her, he would have been the only one in history to completely destroy the first female president. And he would have gotten hate mail, death threats. He would have been torn apart, not just in the media, but also in public discourse on a daily basis. So I understand why he did it, but that is still no justification on the reasonings. You go where the law takes you. It doesn't matter how messy it gets. If you are a true, honorable person, if you have integrity, and you don't want to live in a state of duplicity, then you follow the law. You follow what you are destined to do, what you are determined to do, what your job entitles you to do. And in that case, it is you investigate crimes. It doesn't matter how sloppy they get. It doesn't matter if you're investigating the president. It doesn't matter. You investigate crimes, you go where it takes you, and you make a ruling. But what he did, he actually injected key phrases into the statutes that would forbid him from recommending charges against Hillary. There is no word intent. In any of the espionage statutes, there's no word intent at all. But he incorporated the word intent. He incorporated him as a scapegoat for him to use to not have to press charges against the first female president. And I think it's deeper than that, though, because any FBI director would have been seriously pissed off at Loretta Lynch. And Loretta Lynch, when she met with Bill Clinton, she would have not met with Bill Clinton if she did not know what the result of the investigation would be. So either she and Comey were in some type of collusion where he told her they're not going to press charges, or who was ever working for Comey below him that knew about the case told her, and then she told Bill Clinton. That's why Hillary was so calm and serene during the whole thing. I mean, she seemed really like when Comey came out. Right before that, she was on a plane with Obama, and she didn't seem scared at all. She seemed like she knew what the outcome was going to be. And now we know that she did knew the outcome was going to be. So this could not happen soon enough. Now, the problem with this now is that the media are going to fixate on it. They're going to fixate on why Donald Trump now fired Comey. And their conclusion is going to be Comey must be getting close to something of Trump's that he doesn't want people to know. So what he's going to put a new puppet in the FBI. A puppet who is going to stay away from his scandalous affair with Russia. That was the whole reason now. That's what the left wants you to think. So if you even go to CNN or any kind of left-wing outlet, you will see that's the exact reason why Trump did it. Which makes no sense at all, because people like Dianne Feinstein and what's her name? They even said that the FBI investigation turned up no evidence that Donald Trump was, in fact, colluding with Russia during the election. The FBI said there's no proof. Did Russia hack the election? The FBI says yes, but there is no proof, according to them and the NSA, that Russia did so with the intent or with the collusion working with Trump to do so. And they're trying to tie Mike Flynn into Donald Trump and all this stuff. And it's like, look at Hillary. When she was Secretary of State, she was taking money from everyone. And what's also funny about this now, during the election and right before the election, before she started running, Hillary Clinton was receiving lots and lots of donations to the Clinton Foundation and the Clinton Global Initiative. After she loses the election, all of those funds dry up. She is no longer receiving all of these donations of this affluent wealth overseas. So right there alone, I think that kind of gives credence to the fact that, well, if you are receiving millions and millions of dollars every year, then once you lose the election, you don't get them anymore. I think it might be a quid pro quo there. I think it's possible that maybe they were giving you money for political favors, but no, if you say that, you're a conspiracy theorist. It doesn't make any sense. Yes, let's all hide the fact about that. And let's fixate on Trump. Let's fixate on the reason why Trump fired Comey. That's the narrative of the left. They really should be discussing that. Why Hillary's funds all of a sudden dried up. And what did Loretta Lynch say to Bill Clinton on the plane? I mean, Comey, it will go down as a horrible FBI director who set a precedent that is unheard of, that ignorance of the law is a justifiable and exoneratable, I don't know if that's a word, an exonerable defense. So, shame on you, James Comey, but I am glad you are gone because you are a piece of shit. You are not a man of the law. You should know better. An FBI director, it doesn't matter where your work takes you. You have to follow the law, and you don't. You play political favors just like everybody else in Washington. You are a hypocrite, and Trump could not have fired you soon enough. And I hope whoever replaces you actually follows the law. When I say follows the law, I don't mean bend over backwards for Trump. I mean be a man or woman of the law. Actually follow the statutes. Don't incorporate words in them. Don't add words like intent in a statute that doesn't say intent. Don't omit words like negligent from a statute. I hope Trump picks a wise choice. And if we are to compare his new choice with his Supreme Court of the United States choice, I think it will be a good choice. I think it will be a good choice for things to come. But finally, James Comey is gone. Thank God. And I'm done.